Welcome to Star Zone, everybody. Your exclusive access to all things MLA.
Yeah, and it's also our very first time in the new studio, so we hope you like it. Oh, it's hard to believe it's that time of the year again, isn't it? It just flew by. Do you have any plans, Brayden?
Not really. I'll probably be working, so...
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to find some time because I think that... Can't we confirm now that you're dating Paris?
Yes, I am. Congratulations!
Oh my gosh, I think that is so sweet. I knew when we had her on the show that you two would get together. I just knew it.
Yeah, I know. Who knew that Star Zone was a matchmaking show?
Well, it is a variety show, so you never know. Speaking of the show, we have a very good one planned for you all tonight. We have an awesome guest tonight. You know and love her as a member of the popular girl group Bratz Generation. And now she has wowed us with her very first solo music video. The video shows a side of her we've never seen before. And we have her here tonight to reveal all of her secrets. Take a look. Yeah, that's right. So, let's talk to the star herself. YuRi! Hi, YuRi. It's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
We are so happy to have you on Star Zone tonight. One Way Love is amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, I want to get this straight before we even start this interview. In the title of your music video, your name is spelled with certain letters capitalized. The Y and the R are capitalized, which makes it look like YuRi, but in all your previous Bratz Generation work, your name's just been spelled normal YuRi. So I was wondering, is your name YuRi now, or what's going on?
Well, my name is YuRi, but for this solo song, we thought that it would just kind of put a unique twist on my name to spell it that way. So for Bratz Generation work, I go by YuRi, but for my solo work, I do prefer to go by YuRi just to make it a little different.
I actually think that that's a really smart idea because it helps people sort of draw the line between Bratz Generation work and solo work that you do. You know, it makes it easier to tell the difference between the two.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was going for when my team and I made the decision.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Now, like I said earlier, I love this music video. One Way Love, it's very mature compared to everything you've done with Bratz Generation. And so I just wanted to ask you, what was this solo project like compared to your work with Bratz Generation?
It is more mature than the concepts that we usually do in Bratz Generation. Bratz Generation is usually focused on bright colors or, uniforms. It's very sweet and girly. Though Mr. was a little more edgy. Usually it's bright colors and such. Now, don't get me wrong, I love doing those concepts with Bratz Generation, but since it is a band, I'm kind of limited in what kind of things I can do and how I can express myself as an individual. And so when I was able to do this solo project, I thought this was a perfect opportunity for me to do things I'd never been able to do before.
Yeah, and I know that you're a singer. but I think that your acting in this music video was really convincing. It really seemed like this romance was on the rocks and everything. I really liked following the story.
Yeah, I loved that as well. It was very believable. It just had me interested from the beginning to the end. I was wondering, you were talking about your work with Bratch Generation. How do the other members feel about this solo project you're doing?
Oh, they're my girls, you know, we're best friends, and so they've been very supportive towards me during this entire project. I felt really nervous when I found out that I would be doing this video by myself because I'm kind of the type of person that leans on the people around me, and I really depend on my other members. And so I was kind of worried to how they would respond to me doing this as well. But they were so kind and supportive, and they were actually on the set with me many times. And we watched the final music video together, and it was just a blast. They really made me feel good about myself.
You're so fashionable. I think that that's something that people love both about Bratch Generation and you as an individual. You know, in your music video, you showcase so many different looks, and I think that the clothes you wear are just as cool as what's going on in the video as far as the story, you know?
Thank you very much.
Do you have any tips for girls out there on, you know, style?
I think that being comfortable with whatever you're wearing is most important, because at the end of the day, you need to know that you feel confident with what you're wearing. But I think something that's also important is looking at the outfit you're about to put on and ask yourself, will this still be like considered cool 10 years from now?
Oh my gosh, I'd be scared to ask myself that. I put on all kinds of things.
Well, you know, it's fun to just play around and wear something because you love it at that moment. But I think that in general, it's also important to ask yourself if this will still be in 10 years from now. And it's hard to tell sometimes, but it protects you from looking back at old pictures of yourself and being embarrassed.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
My mom always told me that class never goes out of style, and so if whatever you're wearing is classy, then odds are you're safe.
You know, that's a really good tip. I should start living by it. There's lots of things that I've worn in the past year that I'm already embarrassed about.
Not me. I feel great about what I wear. But then again, I look good and everything.
Okay, do you people see who I work with every day? He's a handful. Please excuse him.
Yes, but confidence does also look good on everybody.
Well, my good old Braden certainly isn't lacking in that department now, is he?
So, in your video, you change your looks a lot, and in several scenes, your hair's cut short. And I was wondering, did you really cut your hair, or like, is your hair fake? What was that about?
What kind of a question is that? In my defense, YuRi, I didn't know that he was going to ask that question.
No, it's okay. No, it was actually, the short hair was a wig. Yeah, I would never, I was too scared to cut my actual hair, and so it was just a wig.
You know, that's a good idea, to buy a wig before you cut your actual hair, just to see what it will look like on you. You know, another tip we learned from YuRi. So I recognized the guy who plays your love interest in the video. Isn't he the guy that played Kellen in the film Life is Like a River?
Yes, you spot well.
Of course I do. Braden.
Yes, he is such a talented actor, and he's so sweet. I felt so bad because in the music video I have to act like I'm very upset with him, but in real life we got along so well.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know that when we're watching the music video, you're actually on good terms with each other. That makes it not as sad to watch. So, is doing solo work nerve-wracking? Does it make you more nervous compared to when you're with the other members of Bratch Generation?
You know what? It's actually not. At first, that was one of my biggest fears, was that I would just freeze when I stepped in front of the camera by myself. You know, for some reason, it's just different when you're in a group versus by yourself. But I feel that I actually gained confidence throughout this process. I discovered that I could do things I never thought I could do by myself. I actually didn't know that I would be the one doing this project at first. They had it narrowed down to either Susie, Yuna, or me to do this video, but Susie was busy filming Dear Kai and Yuna was busy with some other work as well, and so it was me. And I was nervous and I was scared I wouldn't impress them, but it all worked out and I actually feel much more confident.
Good for you. I think that that's really cool, and it's so true. You know, sometimes we have to conquer our fears, and we come out realizing that we could do things that we never thought we could.
Speaking of conquering fears, we had to do a little bit of that in a special segment we filmed.
I don't know if they're ready for this, Braden.
Well, why don't we watch and see?
Let's go! Yeah.